Hey everyone. Let me see if this is working right. Hang on one sec. Okay. All right. So welcome. Today is Thursday afternoon. Happy afternoon or good afternoon, everybody. It's a little after 3:30. And I am here live every Thursday to give you a little bit of information about some things that may be interesting to you as far as weight loss goes without dieting and finally feeling free to live your life. And today we're going to start talking about, I'm going to talk about breaking plateaus with weight loss and what that actually means. So a lot of times people, it's very common actually, that people will go on a diet. And at first it works out really, really well. They lose the weight, they feel great. They gradually get back to their old ways because they hit their goal weight. And now they're like, oh, I'm here. I can slack off a little bit with my food and just little bits here and there. Gradually, they start to get back to their old ways. And then they find themselves gaining weight again. So, what I want to teach you all today is how to break through weight loss plateaus. So, when you're on the first diet, you lose the weight, you feel great. I'm gonna turn on the light here. You feel really great. And then second time you do it, you gain the weight. Well, you gain the weight back after the first one. Second time you do it, you go back on the same diet again, thinking it's going to give you hope and you're going to lose the weight again. And you might, but it's a little bit more slow. It doesn't come off quite as quickly as you would hope it would, as it did before. And then same cycle happens again. So you lose the weight, gradually gain it back, and then you're jumping onto the next diet, looking for something to give you hope. And of course, there's always different decades and seasons of different diets that pop up here and there. And I'm sure you've seen them all. I've seen them all growing up. I remember the cabbage soup diet. I remember grapefruit was a big thing to lose weight eating grapefruit. Cottage cheese was something in the 80s or so. And then we had, what is it? The high protein one. What is it called? Super popular, but I know in the 90s it was very popular. And then low fat. So remember those Olean or Olestra chips we used to have in the 90s that didn't really fare well with our digestive system. So having a really low fat diet in general and high carb. What else have we been through? We have Weight Watchers, which is one of those that's been around forever. Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, Pritikin, Medifasting, just medical weight loss programs in general. There's so many, I can't think of all of them right now. But the South Beach diet, that was a really popular one. And I'm sure if you are familiar with dieting or have done it in the past, you've probably done this plus more than I can't even think of. So if that's the case, you are probably familiar with weight loss plateauing. So you get to do your diets, do your thing, and then all of a sudden you're not losing the weight like you used to, and you're stuck. And you're wondering, how did I get to the weight that I'm at right now? It just happened so gradually till it snuck up on me. And now I don't even recognize myself. My face is pretty much the same. My head is the same, but my body from here down, I don't even know who I am anymore. And how do I get past this plateau? It is so frustrating. I know I've seen this with my clients over the years. I've had a private practice for 20 years in Southern California, working with all kinds of women and some men in my practice. And that's probably the most common thing I had or concern I had from my clients in my practice was, how did I get to the weight that I'm at? And I've been doing everything I can. I'm totally frustrated. I've done every diet. I've tried what my doctor told me to do. And I'm exercising regularly. I'm eating healthfully, but I cannot lose the weight. So frustrating. So, what I would like to do today is to walk you through what I would tell one of my clients and how I would educate them on how to get past a weight loss plateau. So, essentially, as you can probably tell already, a weight loss plateau is, losing weight, then gaining it, and then trying to lose weight again. But everything you do, whether it's eat healthy, exercise regularly, do what you're told to do. By this point, if you've been doing diets for a while, you're pretty much a professional and you know all the diet rules, you know all the nuances, you know not to eat past a certain time of the day, you know to balance your carbs, you know how to limit sugar, you know how to cleanse, you know how, what else is there? What to eat throughout the day so you can balance out your nutrients, you know how many calories you need, how many calories you don't need, what are your triggers and pitfalls. So if you've done diets, you know all this stuff, right? You're a pro. I totally get it. I've done it before too. And I used to know all this stuff. And now I'm teaching people how to get past it and live without dieting. So live and lose weight. All right. So the three things that I found are most common when it comes to hitting a plateau is, the first thing is that, like I said, dieting, restrictive dieting in itself creates plateaus, which I described already. Oh, exercise. Exercise is actually another reason why people end up hitting a plateau. Basically, what it is that they are doing the same workout over and over and over again, or something very similar over and over again, and their body pretty much plateaus and gets adapted to and used to the workout. So you see no change anymore. Okay, I'll get more into that in just a minute. Also, hormone changes, hormone-induced weight gain, and making it difficult to lose weight. However, I really don't see that as commonly as I do with the chronic dieting plateau, weight loss plateau, and the exercise consistency, doing the same thing over and over again, kind of a plateau. The hormone one, obviously we age and our hormones shift, but I really feel that it's the stress, emotional stress, mental stress, physical stress, that causes that shift in hormone levels and doesn't allow you to lose weight anymore. Your body's kind of like holding tight and holding fast. So I really think that the hormone issue is a combination of things, not just that I'm getting older and my hormones are changing. That could be a factor, a small factor, but it's your lifestyle that actually makes things a little bit worse when it comes to hormones. All right. Let's talk about how to break through these plateaus. Let's start first with the diet, how dieting creates plateaus. I said already, when you're dieting, your body's, you lose weight, then you gain weight, then you lose weight, then you gain weight, you lose weight and you gain. And each time you lose weight and gain weight, I'm going up with my hands because you lose weight initially, you lose weight initially, then you gain the weight, and then you go back on the diet and lose it again and gain it. And each time I go with my hands is an indicator of gaining more weight after the diet. So it's very, very difficult to get back to your original weight before you started dieting. The more dieting that you do, it just compounds itself. It's just human nature. Our bodies are made to adapt to our environment, made for survival. And I'm sure you've heard a ton before, especially if you've been a dieter, that the less you eat, the more body fat your body's going to store for survival. And that's what happens when we diet, is your body truly thinks there's a famine going on. And it just wants to hold on to the extra calories in body fat just in case another famine comes up. So that way you have extra stored energy so you can survive. And not just that, but the stress that you put on yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically, if you're doing too much exercise or restricting too much with your food, that can actually bring the weight gain onto. So you want to make sure that in order to break this cycle is, number one, you want to check your mindset. If you find yourself frustrated, angry, just done with what your body's doing, angry with your body, overwhelmed, stressed out, and just that anger and resentment towards your body hears this stuff and it knows exactly what you're telling it. And it's going to respond. It's kind of get sad and feel down in a way, which sounds weird, but it's true. What you speak to your body actually manifests itself in your physical being. So really watch what you say to yourself, um, because most of the time we're saying to ourselves the things that we don't want to happen. But for some reason, we get stuck in this cycle of this negative self-talk, and that negative self-talk actually produces the negative result. So if you're wanting to lose weight and break a plateau, I would say what you need to do is really check your self-talk. Capture those times when you notice yourself thinking or saying negative things about your body, and turn those into gratitude. And that gratitude and love that you start showing your body is actually going to bring about the results that you desire. Not only that, but you're going to have a whole mindset shift. And the stress that you put on yourself about why isn't my body doing what I want it to do is actually going to shift into your body's going to feel relaxed. It's going to feel appreciated. And your focus won't be so much on the hard and fast weight loss. It's going to be on nurturing your body, taking care of your body, giving it everything that it needs in order to sustain you for the long haul, not just for right now, but for the long haul. And that nurturing, protective behavior or thinking is going to produce behavior that does the same thing. And it's going to produce the results that you actually want. So really be careful with your mindset when it comes to dieting, because I know from personal experience, I've done it. And it's so easy to get sucked into that cycle of anger and frustration with your body, because we're expecting it to do something that it's not actually supposed to be doing. What it's actually doing is protecting and nurturing you, so that way you can have the best life. So you can have great energy. So that way you can have life. Basically, it's keeping you alive. So really watch your self-talk and make sure that that you're checking it and catching it and turning that into gratefulness, a gratitude list, and being thankful. Thank your body for what it does for you. Thank for your body for what it can do for you. Thank your body for what it has done for you. And even if it's hard to do, that's okay. But think of whatever it is that you can, that you're grateful for your body. I'm going to change my screen here real quick. So yes, so really catch those thoughts. That's really key when it comes to breaking through plateaus. Because if you're stuck in your negative thinking, you're going to be stuck in your plateau, and the weight loss is not going to happen. All right. The other part is when we talked about exercise. So exercise and breaking a weight loss plateau. So with exercise, the thing is that, like I said, our bodies adapt very easily and readily to change my screen here again. It adapts really readily to whatever we're doing. So if you think about it, if you see like a construction worker doing a physical labor, very heavy physical labor job every day, you don't see them getting stronger and stronger and stronger, or more fit or more fit or more fit. Their body adapts to the job that they have to do so it can do it and sustain it. So what you're going to find is that your body's going to be doing the same thing regardless of what type of physical activity you choose. And your body doesn't know that you're intentionally exercising to lose weight. It just knows that you're moving it. So what you need to do is, in order to change that system, if you want to see change in your body, you have to change your workout. So you want to change up your workout every 4 to 6 weeks at maximum. Actually, probably minimum at maximum. If you change it too soon, your body won't have enough time to adapt to something new. And if you wait till too long, 10 to 12 weeks, it's going to adapt and you're not going to see any change anymore. So the kind of change that you need to create in your workouts is you need to create something significantly different than you normally do. So for example, if you're walking daily, which is fantastic, all these things are great. Your body pretty much adapted to that. And it's fine because you're still getting health benefits and results. But if you want to break through to a weight loss plateau, you want to make sure that you're completely changing up what it is that you're doing with your workouts. So if you're going for walks, you're going to change up your workout to either running if you can, or to some kind of a strength training workout. Or if you want to do cardio still and you really enjoy being outside and going for walks or just walking in general, you can change up your walks to interval walking, where you're going for a shorter period of time. Let's say you were going for walks for like an hour and just enjoying the outside. You want to change up your workout, your walk to be 20 to 30 minutes, shorter period of time, with a higher intensity during your workout. So you're going to go for a 20-minute walk instead, and you're going to start for like a 5-minute warm up, get your body ready to go. And then you're going to increase your intensity for 1 minute, basically going for a really fast walk or a light jog. And then after that minute's up, then you're going to bring your intensity back down to a little bit more than your warm up walk pace. And you're going to do those intervals of 1 minute on, 1 minute off, about, about 10 times. And then you're going to do your cool down walk and stretch. If you want to extend that time, you're just going to do a little bit more, maybe 15 intervals with a warm up and a cool down to increase your duration of your workout. So do that for at least 4 to 6 weeks regularly, consistently, and you're going to see a change in your body shape. So things like that you are what you want to do. And so what's most effective for seeing change in your body with exercise is doing, like I said, shorter duration with intermittent intensity. So up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's really what's proven. It's called high intensity interval training or HIIT training. It's been over the years, but it still holds true to be the most, if not one of the most effective workouts for changing your body. So if you want to see change, you need to change your workout. And you can even find online, even if you just Google HIIT, HIIT, or high intensity interval training workouts, you're going to find on there workouts, lots of them, lots of sample workouts that you can do, or just going online, going on to YouTube or on, I like Beachbody On Demand. It's an app that you can get for your phone or your TV, or just go on their website, beachbodyondemand.com. And you can get your workouts there too. And you're going to get lots and lots of variety of HIIT workouts that'll work as far as what I'm describing to you. So make sure to do that. Also, make sure that your exercise isn't too intense. So whatever you choose for exercise, whether it's what I just described with the high intensity interval training or any kind of exercise that you do, the other factor is you want to make sure that you're consistently doing it. So if you're kind of doing it here and there and, when I feel like it, I'll do it, or when the weather's nice or whatever, if you're not doing your exercise consistently on, 3 to 5 different days during the week, weekly, you're not going to see the results either. If you kind of go in, I'm going to go on Monday. I didn't really eat that well yesterday, so I'm going to go in and work out really hard. And then you kind of fade away. Or I'll go on Wednesday, and then Wednesday comes, it's like, I guess I missed my workout. I was too tired. I had too much to do. So I'll do it tomorrow. And then you do it tomorrow. And then the next week comes and it's kind of random. You're not going to see the results that you're wanting to see if you're inconsistent. So with exercise and food, but mainly with exercise right now, we're talking about that. Consistency is a huge factor when it comes to seeing results and breaking plateaus. So make sure you're consistent, choosing, like I said, 3 to 5 days during the week that you're doing your exercise, and with shorter duration and higher intensity exercise. And you can do that with weights. You can do that with kind of like interval workouts. You can do that in a group class at the gym. You can do that online in different programs. And so you get to basically choose what it is that you want to do. If you're a swimmer, you can do interval swimming workouts instead of your regular long distance workout. So so changing it up is key. All right, so I was going to talk about doing too much exercise. Too much exercise definitely is a stress on your body. So that stress is actually going to also cause you to hit a plateau. Not only that, but cause injury from doing too much exercise. So the key with exercise too is definitely to be intuitive, to listen to your body. Stop when you are feeling good. Stop if you feel any pain, for sure. If you feel any pain, you've gone way too far. So physical pain, not like soreness or fatigue, but actual like sharp hurting pain where you can't go on. So really check in with your heart if that's going on and see what's happening. Because if you're working outside of your body's intuition and working yourself too hard, most likely there's going to be a heart issue, something going on inside of you that's driving you to do something that's beyond what your body needs, kind of in an abusive manner. So really check in with your heart and see what's going on. And if your goal is to lose weight quick or to keep weight off, it's actually not going to work that well or really work at all, because if you have an injury, you can't exercise. If you're working out that hard, it's causing stress on your body, and you're not going to see the results that you would see if you gave your body more rest. So giving your body rest is completely necessary to getting your results. So at least 2 days off a week, 1 to 2 days off a week of exercise. And even if you don't want to take a complete day off, you can just do, those days, maybe a light walk or a stretch, yoga, something like a light yoga. That'll help you to get better recovery in for that particular week. So make sure that you're not over-exercising. Make sure that you're being consistent with your exercise, that you are having workouts that are shorter in duration, but higher varied intensity. And with exercise, the cool thing is that actually less is more. Not less meaning like 1 day a week. Well, it could be even if you wanted to do 1 day a week consistently, we'll see a result. But you absolutely have to be consistent no matter how many days a week you choose to see results. Okay. All right. So the other thing we were going to talk about, yes, are hormones. So hormone imbalances. And usually, like I said, stress is probably one of the biggest ways to throw off your hormones. I'm not a hormone specialist. This isn't my thing. I'm a dietitian and fitness specialist, but I do really love doing research on hormones and how they affect weight loss and weight change. So what I have learned, I'll just share a couple things with you, is I know that stress definitely puts a damper and sets hormones off to not be balanced. And I know that, we hear about cortisol a lot being the one that is a stress hormone that helps to bring fat on your body, and it makes it very difficult for you to mobilize fat for energy and to use it and burn it. So it makes it really challenging. So making sure that you're keeping your life balanced, that you're giving yourself grace, that you're giving yourself rest, and knowing that those items are essential to long-term health and results. I know in our society where everyone's go, 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 and everything's, right at your fingertips, and you can have pretty much whatever you want, whenever you want. And we're losing patience. We're losing that ability to have patience and to honor our bodies with what they need by giving it rest. So making sure that you give yourself rest. And, I love promoting, or I love really encouraging people to participate in daily meditation and prayer, and just giving yourself a break in the day to breathe and relax and just be, because we have so many opportunities to run and go and rush. And even when we don't even have to, we almost create these opportunities in our life, but really to simplify your life and keep things at bay, knowing that you're not going to miss out on something if you say no and you can't do it, but you're actually serving yourself to help yourself grow and develop to be a healthier, more readily available person in life. So, all right. So hormone levels do fluctuate. Another one is estrogen. And I have a guide, maybe I'll share it with you guys, a guide with hormones, about hormones and which ones do fluctuate and basically allow for weight gain or produce weight gain because of certain imbalances, and then what you can do to help to balance those out with food and lifestyle and exercise. So, but I know estrogen imbalances definitely can be a factor as well. And then on that sheet, I also have some symptoms that would help you identify which hormone for you may be off based on your physical symptoms. So I wrote a little list here of things that I just kind of was brainstorming as far as breaking a plateau. So we did talk about, even changing your food when it comes to breaking plateaus. We talked about diets and how those actually contribute to plateauing. But one thing that you can do with your food is sometimes people will say to vary it a little bit. You can vary what you eat. And I know, it's interesting. One time when my family and I were in Hawaii a few years ago, normally I don't eat very many carbohydrates, at least at the time, especially now it might be a little different, but carbohydrates as far as starchy breads and things. And when we were there, my options were limited. So I did enjoy some of the breads there and sandwiches and things. And I noticed that I wasn't as bloated. So I was thinking about it, I'm like, wow, there's something about this that changing up your diet, your body, it's like just like changing up your exercise, your body responds differently when you change up your food too. So with my practice, what I like to recommend is to participate in mindful eating or intuitive eating, listening to your body for what it needs, what foods it craves and desires, acknowledging it, and then really be mindful of what you're eating. So bringing the food in, tasting it, experiencing it, enjoying it, and swallowing it. And really only selecting foods that you absolutely love or like, and don't waste your time on anything else. so when you become more intuitive and a mindful eater, you're going to notice that you may not actually need certain foods, or you may need more of something else. And that in itself will help you to break through a plateau. Restrictive dieting is a stress on your body. So that can create a plateau or allow you to stop losing weight, but maybe even instead honoring your body, listening to it for what it needs and how many calories it needs, or by hunger. So eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're satisfied, and seeing what happens. And I've seen so many people, myself too, go through this where they learn to trust their bodies and acknowledge its needs and just chill out a little bit and take the stress out of eating and get back to childlike eating with innocence and exercise, and the weight just falls right off and they almost forget about it, and later on they're like, oh wow, these pants fit again, because their focus isn't honed in on hard and fast weight loss. The focus is different. It's focused in on taking care of myself, nurturing my body, honoring its needs, listening to it, doing exercise that feels good, and not stressing my body out with focusing in so hard on weight loss right now. So, all right. I talked about checking your hormones. Don't rely so much on the scale for results, because if you're getting exercise in, you might be getting stronger. Your body weight fluctuates so much during the month and during the week and even during the day. So that's really not a great way to measure your results, although it's one way to measure them. I really don't recommend it. I just recommend measuring results based on how you feel and how your body responds. You want to make sure that you're not bored and burnt out with your workouts. That can also create a plateau. Like I said, change it up and do something exciting and fun with your workouts, so it'll feel more like a hobby than it does exercise or a workout. Let's see what I talk about. Doing too much exercise. Just making sure too that you set an intention, or that you have goals. I'm going to finish up with this, but that you have goals for yourself, for your workout, for your weight loss goals, and making sure that it's not something that's too lofty, because that in itself is just going to create sabotage. So you want to make sure that something that is realistic and something that you can achieve and something that is doable. And it's not going to be something that you absolutely have to, let's say, lose 10 pounds in 1 week, which for some is possible, but it doesn't usually stick. So making sure that your goals are more based on how you want to feel, on the kind of lifestyle, instead of on the lifestyle that you want to have, instead of the weight that you want to be. Do I want to have more fun with my kids? Do I want to go hiking with my family again? Do I want to go snowshoeing or skiing, or swim or play or ride bikes with my family again? But I just don't feel like I can right now because I'm too heavy and I'm out of shape. So maybe instead looking at your lifestyle and creating goals based on what you want in life to improve the quality of your life and not so much about the weight. Because the weight will come, but you need to change your focus to something that is sustainable and something that is based on how to improve your quality of life overall. Because that's going to give you so much more hope and so much more joy, and just setting that intention of what it is that you want. So I intend to, you can say, I intend to um, listen to my body, be more mindful, catch those times when I'm having negative thoughts about my body and change them into gratitude. And because my why would be, I want to have a better quality of life and be able to go for a bike ride with my family like we used to. So remembering that why, and then that intention that you set for what I'm going to do, and using those two things to keep you going and being gracious and kind to yourself, nurturing it the whole way through. Okay. So just use those ideas as a way to get you started and a way to get you out of hitting plateaus. Those plateaus, like I said, are just based on either exercising really too much, doing the same workout all the time and expecting a different result, or dieting and expecting weight loss. So those are actually the three things that are recipes for plateaus, but I just explained to you how to break that cycle and how to live life differently and approach food and body in a more healthy, life-giving, life-promoting way. So if you have any questions for me, actually what I wanted you to do too is to take a moment and kind of journal some of your thoughts. Think about the things that you've done in the past to lose weight, how it worked, and then how it didn't work. And then what you can do at this point, after learning what you've learned with me, what you can do at this point to help you to break your plateau and move into the life that you actually want when it comes to wellness and weight loss. So think about that, write it down, and add it to the comment section here, and I can respond accordingly. And I think that's about it. So I enjoyed this time today, and I will be back next Thursday at 3:30. And I will see you guys all then. Have a fantastic afternoon. Bye.